Dave, our producer, is back from rehab. So we're gonna take care of all these weird audio things. You're unmuted. You can talk to the crowd.
He's back again.
He's back again from rehab. His fourth stint or fifth stint? I don't remember.
This is his 14th.
Oh, that was a monthly stat you were giving me before. Okay, got it. Well, so anyway, we're going to give Dave a beer, and we'll be right back. We just want people to know that Frosted Pretzel Faces instantly liked our post that we're live tonight.
Yeah, so Frosted Pretzel Faces, if you're watching, you are officially the favorite user this evening.
Absolutely. We'll be right back.
We love you.
The words tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're paying attention at home: happy, clams, and blowtorch. Happy, clams, and blowtorch. Here we go.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the show you never knew you were waiting for. Brought to you live at one time from a basement located somewhere in the Midwest. Digital Barnyard presents The Digression.
I'm not a big warehouse district kind of person, you know, but we were just hanging out, chilling, hitting the bars, you know, because they got some pretty fun bars down there. They got some like arcades and shit, you know, and plus the people watching is really good. But then we ended up going into this it's kind of a weird looking bar. In fact, it didn't even have it. I mean, it didn't even say it was a bar outside. You know, just the door was open. There was music blasting, and as you looked in, you see that there's a bar and there's people in there. So you assume, let's go in. You know, and so we go in, and it's a loud place, right? And the music's cranking, and you know,
what kind of music?
It was just rock and roll, not like kind of like a biker bar, but it wasn't a biker bar. But it was playing like just, you know, good old like some Bob Seger. You know what? It was Sunspot Baby that was playing on the jukebox when we walked in. Now that I think about it. She packed up her bags and she took off down the road. So, Sunspot Baby, you've heard it, haven't you?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Great fucking song.
It's
yeah,
very specific.
He sings it better.
Okay, got it.
But so I could hear somebody in the back I look at Brenda and I'm like, do you hear that? And she's like, what? I can't hear a fucking thing in here. Can we go somewhere else quiet? And I'm like, no, man, this is fun. And you hear somebody in the background, you hear, happy. And I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? And I'm like, there's something going on back here. And Brenda's like, can we just go? Come on, baby. You're not that guy. No, I said, no, I don't want to go in a fight. I just, happy, stop. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I go back, and this guy's got a fucking blowtorch, right? And he's holding this other fucking guy down, right? And you got these two guys trying to pull this guy. I guess this guy's name is Happy, right?
Okay.
And he's got this blowtorch, and it's on, you know? And he's trying to get it done with this guy's face. And the guy's like, you think you could owe me 100 fucking clams and not fucking pay me? You fuck, huh? You fucking piece of shit. Happy.
Very good.
And so we left.
Very good. And that was it. You just left.
We just left. Brenda was uncomfortable.
Very good. That was
if those guys
well
would
done.
have been teenagers, Brenda would have jumped right in.
There's no fear with teenagers.
Remember the mall story? When Brenda tried to break up the fight with the guys at the mall?
No.
Oh, I told you about that.
Well, I don't. Well, I'm sure you told it. You asked me if I remembered, and I said no.
Oh, wow.
So, bad memory.
We were at the mall
Reasons.
once.
There are reasons.
It's where we were walking into the mall, and as we get out of the car, I hear this guy say, and I thought he was talking to me, "What'd you say?" And I'm like, "What?" And I get up, and there's this guy and his this little chubby fucker. He's walking up the row of the cars with two of his friends, and I see he's looking at someone else, and there's this little fucking kid with hockey hair getting out of his car. He said, I called you chubby fucker. And the guy's girlfriend gets out of the other side of the car, right? And so you got this guy and his girlfriend, you got this little chubby fucker and his two friends, right? It's like, say it again. He goes, chubby fucker. And he's walking towards him. And Brenda's like, I think they're going to fight. I'm like, I think they're going to fight too. Chubby fucker, say it again. Chubby fucker. And it's like, they're getting closer and closer. And Brenda's like, aren't you going to do something? I said, yeah, I'm going to watch.
Yeah. That's the right answer. Nice.
And she's like, well, no, aren't you going to do something? I'm like, no, baby. This is how boys get their chops. I said, we do that. This is what we do. And she's like, well, but what if he gets hurt? You can't just, chubby fucker, say it again. Oh, you're not going to do anything? And it's like, all of a sudden, I said, baby, here's what's going to happen. I said, they're going to go fisticuffs. A few blows are going to get thrown. I said, his girlfriend's going to pull him off. His two friends are going to pull him off. They're going to scream. They're going to cry. They're going to walk their separate ways. And
very common.
And yeah, that's just what happens. And Brenda's like, no, you can't just, yeah. And all of a sudden, boom, they're grappling, right? And Brenda, before I can turn around, Brenda's gone. Just this streak of yellow because she had this yellow coat on. And I'm like, what the fuck? And she gets within probably a car length away from us, right? And then whoop, girlfriend pulls him off. Two friends pull him off. They and they go their separate ways, right?
So
and
just as
exactly as I said was going to happen.
Just as J.P. Stradamus had predicted.
J.P.
Stradamus, yeah.
And so I said, baby, see what happened? I told you that was it. You didn't know that was going to happen. What if he fell, hit his head, cracked it open, and he died? I said, yeah, well, what if you went up there and you tried to pull him off, and then one of them say, bitch, and he hits you? Now I got to fuck a 16-year-old kid up. Don't take that out of context.
I'm so glad you said up. I'm like, now I got to fuck a 16-year-old. I'm like, well, what stopped you in the past?
And then I'm on CNN. They're beating the shit out of a 16-year-old kid in a mall parking lot.
Okay.
Because you just couldn't fucking stay out of the bullshit. So, but that's just me, and that's just her. So that's okay.
The only I think the right time to step in is if like somebody's getting ganged up on.
Yeah,
you know
or
I mean?
if
Like
somebody is obviously the underdog.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So one guy's banging the other guy's face on the ground. And
Thank
the
you for
one's
saying
doing,
face.
Stop.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Stop.
Yep.
You know, then that's different.
Like one of the more, well, not famous fight, but a fight that broke out in Minnesota. This college quarterback, I think he played for the Gophers or whatever, he decided to cold cock this guy when he was walking out of the bar, hit him. The guy fell, hit his head on the ground.
This was Mankato, right?
Yeah, Mankato.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And then he kicked his fucking head.
No,
a
he
few
didn't
times.
kick him. Another guy came and kicked him.
Whatever. Another
Yeah.
friend, but he was the guy who cold cocked the guy, and then a friend came in and kicked the guy in the face. Well, the guy's basically
fucked up.
Yeah, he's brain damaged now, and
Yeah.
he's fucked up. He's a completely different dude now. So
And the guy who punched him didn't get in as much shit as the guy who kicked him,
exactly. Yep.
as it should have been.
Yep. Agreed. All right, we already have some people talking to us here. We've got
Hey, man.
August is here. He retracted a message, but he says, "Lol, I love you guys. Anal lube ?
Yes.
And the answer is yes.
Always yes.
Always.
Always yes.
Fucking think
But
this
stay away
is-
from coconut oil because they say that stuff's got a lot of bad fatty acids and shit in it now. So I guess that's not good for you. But
Really?
coconut oil is
Are
still
they
good
really
for,
saying that
it's
now?
still good for sex, though.
Are they really saying coconut has bad fatty acids?
But coconut oil is supposed to be really good for sex because it's natural and it lasts a long time. Well, it's oil, duh.
Well, as Astroglide isn't natural.
It's not natural and it doesn't last, but I like Astroglide a lot better. Water soluble. Because anything oil based, it's going to be like it's going to take fucking months to get that shit out of the sheets.
Oh, I got
Not shit, but the
shit too.
it depends on what you're doing with that anal
Jesus,
lube, right?
man.
Hey, you hear about Asia Herrera? Asia Herrera. I think I'm saying that right.
Asia Herrera.
Herrera? Was that
I think
Bourdain's
that's her
girlfriend, right?
He was dating Angel Herrera.
Asia.
Asia Herrera. Wait a minute.
We're not talking porn stars.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
No,
All
I
right.
know. I know
Sorry?
who you're talking about. No, I think Asia Herrera, she's the chick who kind of got the Me Too thing started. She was one of the first accusers of Weinstein. Okay, that's cool.
He said that it's gluten free.
It is
Okay.
it is
So
gluten-free.
say again.
Well, so she's one of the one who got the Weinstein shit going, right?
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So, well, this week, come to find out, I think it was 2013, she had a fling with a guy who was 17 at the time. And she's well over 18 herself.
Yeah.
Right? So everything was, they amicable, they blah, 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 went their ways. I'm not advocating or condoning the behavior. I'm just saying that they fucked and then they didn't fuck.
Okay.
Okay? So
Yeah.
the Me Too thing starts up. Suddenly, this guy who's like 22 now comes out of the woodwork.
Uh-oh.
And he's like, I want $3.5 million because you sexually assaulted me when I was underage. And so she pays him off. He gets roughly she gives him $350,000 to shut him up, right? So he's like, okay, I'll shut up now. And then he didn't shut up. And he came out and said that blah, 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 this happened and blah, blah, blah. She gave me, so she gave him money and still he outed her.
She should be able to countersue, in my opinion. She should be able to
Well,
go
the thing
after him.
is, but
if you get it in writing that, hey, I paid this guy off, and he started fucking chirping.
But with social justice warrior city that we live in, nowadays, she's fucked. Now she's now she's more of a hypocrite than Rose McGowan is.
All right, I get you.
So it's like, I just had I don't know how I feel about that because he's 17. He was 17 at the time, right? And granted, she is over 18, but I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say. That kind of thing doesn't affect a
17-year-old boy.
I'm gonna gender out him and call him a boy.
Oh, we're gonna get to this next. There's some shit you told me right before we come into this room. It was fucking mind-boggling.
It's on the list.
Okay, good. Well, I don't.
It's on the list.
So yeah, honestly, I can't say it's a. This is not a blanket statement, but it is sort of a blanket statement. A 17-year-old boy kind of knows a few things.
That's what I'm saying.
You're generally not taking an advantage of him.
It's not like
he's looking for some.
It's a conquest for him.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because there's a picture of him and her in bed, and it's just like a bust shot, and you could tell.
That's okay.
Those are definitely a couple freshly fucked faces. I mean, those guys.
Okay,
they got that. You can tell them freshly kissed, everything's everywhere. He don't look like he's been sexually assaulted.
Yeah, he's not there against his will.
Yeah, he's not there against his will. In fact, he's got that. Yeah, I did that. I hit that. He's got that look, you know, and it's just like, fuck you, dude. Okay, you're doing this because the only reason you're coming forward is you're trying to, or that you came forward in the first place was you tried to fucking get some money.
Yeah, personal gain. Yeah, and
then you didn't get all the money you wanted, so then suddenly somehow the shit gets leaked. You know, and it's like you're kind of a piece of shit in my eye. And now, you know, Asia, is she culpable? Well, obviously, of course she is from a legal standpoint. But, you know, does this take away anything that Harvey Weinstein did to her? No, it doesn't. But it's definitely going to minimize it now because, you know, everyone's like, hypocrite, burn her. She's a witch. You know, just turn me into a newt.
I just don't like the social justice warriors. They pick and choose their battles.
Not nowadays, man. I don't like that shit at all.
It's crazy. It's like everything affects everybody. So this magazine, hold on. I
think it was Healthline, wasn't it?
I don't know. You found it. Healthline magazine. We already can't call boys and girls the only two genders now, but now we have to do this. Healthline is changing the name vagina. It is no longer going to be called a vagina. It is going to be called
front hole.
A front hole.
Oh, my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, what the fuck is going on? It's now a front hole because we can't, if we call it a vagina, then it automatically means they're female. So we're going to call it a front hole so you can choose your gender.
Now, technically, people are kind of getting a little, I think this is almost enough for people to say, okay, stop. This is ridiculous.
With your iPad, it makes it look like you're telling ghost stories.
I know, right? It's like, ooh.
Well, you kind of are.
But it's like, no shit. Yeah. So it's not just LGB. Now it's LGBT, and then it was LGBT. Then it was LGBTQ. Mm-hmm. Now it's LGBTQIA.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on before you continue. What do each of those mean? So hold on, I'm going to guess. So L would be lesbian. You get you get G. So you're next. What's the G? Gay. Okay, and then
bisexual.
Bisexual is B, and then hold on. What's after?
Transsexual.
After B? Okay, T. It would be transsexual. Yep.
I don't know what the Q is.
Queer? Is that queer? No, I'm serious.
I was trying to take the high road. I don't know.
High road. I think that's what it means.
No, I don't. Well, I'm going to define it.
Yes, that's right, Daniel. It's called the front hole.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Healthline.
And then
Healthline,
Daniel writes. And Daniel writes. Oh, gay. Daniel writes gay. Which you're answering the question. You're not just writing gay. I appreciate that. That's what I appreciate about you.
Means. Right. Was that really what you?
Okay. So anyway, go ahead.
So the LGBTQA. Here we go. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, and asexual. Gender inclusive terms such as binary and trans hadn't yet entered. Jeez, fuck me to tears.
That's a poor choice of words of what we're speaking of right now.
Traditional sex guides are often structured in a way that presumes everybody's gender, male, female, non-binary, trans, is the same way is the same as the sex they were assigned at birth. You're assigned your sex. Here's your penis. Here's your vagina. Well, I'm supposed to have a vagina. No, you get a penis. You're gay. It's like, no, stop this.
I think the argument here should not be made. We'll continue. If you want to say in your head you feel like you're a different sex, we could have a discussion on that. But to tell me that a vagina is now a fucking front hole and that you're not female when you're born with a vagina or a front hole, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Did you say vagina?
I said vagina.
Vagina.
With a front hole.
Because it could be a boy who has a vagina would be a vagina.
It would be a vagina.
Does that mean we're not going to have gynecologists anymore? They're going to be front hole doctors?
Fucking right.
So go ahead. For the purposes of this guide, this is per Healthline, we've chosen to include alternative words for readers to use for their genitals. That's a quote. The statement continues. For example, some trans men choose to use the word front hole or internal genital instead of vagina. Alternatively, some trans women may say strapless or girl dick for penis. This usage is meant for one-on-one conversations with trusted persons, such as your doctor or partner, not for broader discussion. Then why are we fucking putting it in the goddamn flyer?
I wouldn't trust anybody with a girl dick. Okay, I'm sorry. What do you have? I've got a girl dick. Like, no, you've got a dick.
No, some girls actually have girl dicks.
Girl
I've seen some where they
like a really big clitoris. Is that what you're talking about?
Like, stop! Get that thing away from me.
Well, John, that's called the clitoris. Or what should we call that? If it's a front hole, what should we call the clitoris now? John, we'll leave the floor to you.
No, well, if it's really big, we're gonna call it a girl dick.
No,
girl pinky. No, can't use girl. You're right. Front hole dick.
It's a front hole dick. Yes, it is. FH dick.
A dick on top of my front. No, wait. Dick is a front hole protuberance. It's a protuberance over my front hole.
I don't like it. I want to call it like the front bean or something, or the.
Well, sometimes they're bigger than beans.
That's true.
I mean, it's like it could just be legume.
That's true. What's that?
Legumes. Because beans are a legume, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Legumes, yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. Danny, you're asking what we're talking about. We're talking about a magazine that's deciding that we can't call your women's genitals vaginas. It's going to be called a front hole now. And then how they're trying to name the genitals of the different transsexuals and stuff, and I get it. They want to call, like, if you're a chick with a biological dick now, it's a girl dick.
Yeah, it's just fucking stupid. I'm just going to put it out there.
We're just wasting time with this.
It's fucking stupid. All this fucking social justice warrior, fucking transgenital, fucking monkey butt bullshit you're talking about. Put that energy towards shit that fucking matters. Feed some kids. Adopt some animals. Get people out of fucking poverty. Feed some homeless.
Oh, here's an idea. How about you figure out why 45%? Don't quote me on this. A very high percentage of people who change their gender commit suicide.
Yes.
How about you fucking figure that out?
Yeah, because a lot of people who now this is what I heard as Brenda would call him, Dr. Jordan Peterson. Most of the people who, the majority of people who actually go for gender reassignment surgery there's other issues there that they're not getting fixed, and so they approach this as if this is going to be the fix, and then once they get changed like this, well, now they've introduced a whole new host of issues into their already fucked up problems. Now they have more problems than they did in the beginning, so they're like, you know what, I'm just off the planet.
And there's no way to predict everything that's going to happen to you when you change your gender. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't blame you that you run into things you didn't expect, but to expect that this is going to somehow change your life for the better, is a very bold assumption.
Now, as I say this, I'm not saying that people who actually have gender identity issues, and that is a real thing.
Absolutely, that is. Absolutely,
but I would dare say, out of the 100, I'm using a number here just for framing, out of the 100 people who go and get gender reassigned, probably 10 to 15 of them are the ones who really need it. And the other 85% are the ones who are just doing the Kardashian.
Yeah.
Look at me. Pay attention to me. Oh, you're not paying enough attention to me. It's a front hole. Yeah. It's a front hole.
And let me tell you another thing. Let's take Bruce Jenner, the most famous transgender person, probably.
Now, does he still have his soft furry pelt?
No. I think it's gone. I think it's gone. But I wouldn't know.
Do they do
but
that?
Guess what? It is not a crime for me to say that Caitlyn Jenner is not beautiful. Caitlyn Jenner is ugly.
Caitlyn Jenner.
And guess what? Just like I can call
fucking man hands.
Yeah, and guess what? Bruce Jenner was a bad looking dude, and Bruce Jenner is a bad looking woman. Whatever. So
he was a great looking 70s dude.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, because for 70s dudes, yeah, he had it together.
Let me ask you: is there ever going to be an era where he's a good-looking woman?
Not anymore.
Probably not.
No,
probably not. So guess what? You know what's crazy though? If you say Caitlyn Jenner is not beautiful, she's ugly, that's seen as like a fucking violent hate crime, and I don't fucking get it. I don't get it why some circles it's not okay to do that.
Do you think I'm pretty? Said Caitlyn Jenner. Well, you could be.
You could. Yes.
Okay, speaking of what the fuck, I saw an interview with Tara Reid last night for Sharknado 5.
She's got to be a train wreck by now, right? Or she put herself together.
She looks like the plastic surgery that girl has had. She looks like Renee Zellweger ate a fucking bucket of alum, a bucket of lemons, and then had a stroke.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
No, I'm serious, man. I saw this interview, and she just seemed high as fuck when she was on the interview, too. But she's just like, I mean, her face, she looks like one of those fucking doll masks that robbers wear when they hit the liquor store late at night.
I'm looking her up right now, so I am listening.
I just don't understand what the fuck is wrong with you people that you think that, I mean, you can't tell when your fucking career is already tired.
Because you know, listening to her, like, she was a party freak.
Yeah.
Like, she was probably fun to hang out with. She had that rough voice.
Cool as fuck, but you have to realize when your fucking time is up, and hopefully you banked your money, which obviously you did because you're affording all that fucking surgery. But it's like, stop, man. Quit fucking your shit up so bad that people don't even recognize. Your mom's probably going, who the fuck are you? Call the police.
Oh, wow. She is a completely different person now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. I mean, it's one thing to get your maybe your nose tweaked or some shit like that, right? But just to, I mean, literally, you look at that and it's like, what the fuck happened to you? What the fuck are you thinking? I say fuck a lot.
It's okay.
It happens.
We're here to have an intervention with you. John, you have to give up fuck.
Mm-mm.
No,
Nope.
just how about just the word?
No fuck for these on. Nope,
Okay,
nope, not happening. Hey, that reminds me. I have another issue with the passive-aggressive social warriors we call the media.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
So,
and go.
Maybe you have seen it, maybe you haven't seen it, but the Muslims are celebrating a holiday right now. I think it's called EID, some EID, right? It's a big.
I'm looking it up.
It's a big celebration they have, right? I think this is the same time when if you live in country, you could have your pilgrimage to the Hajj, and then they walk around the big building and throw rocks at it because it represents Satan, what have you. But all of the most of the newspaper headlines I've seen about this is the Muslims are having a rally at the Viking Stadium. There's thousands of them there, and they're chanting Allah Akbar, right? And so now,
interesting.
You know, if they were to say that, okay, over here at Grace Lutheran Church, when there's Christmas time and you got a couple thousand people in there and they're saying praise the Lord, that never makes a headline. But because or when Billy Graham would come to town and you'd fill a stadium, you didn't see a headline about that. Maybe a byline somewhere. But because it's Muslims and because it's in there and because they're saying Allah Akbar, which means God is great, I believe.
Something like that.
Right?
Yeah,
Which is what they say in their fucking church. Now, just because you got a few outliers who happen to chant that while they're killing people, that doesn't mean that they're all fucking bad. So I just think it's bullshit that the media and people are you know what? And they even had to come out and say, because they do this to celebrate the sacrifice, they do this to celebrate the sacrifices that Abraham made. Right.
Yeah.
For the people in the faith. Yada, yada, yada.
Guys, you got to understand that word is used to chop people's heads off and shit, but that's not where it originated from. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what makes it sick.
But so because the word sacrifice is in there, somehow it got around that they were doing sacrifices. So they had to come forth and say, we are not doing sacrifices. So they had to say that.
They're from India?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
I don't know. Fuck.
Jesus Christ, August Nuclear, come on. They are all bad.
No, man.
No.
Fucking a block your ass.
No.
You really get that stupid.
No, they're not all bad. I'm sorry. But that's like saying all Christians are from Westboro Baptist Church.
Yeah, and that's like,
but that's not the same. It actually
it's like trying
is exactly
to say that,
the same. Yeah.
You know, Jesus was white.
Yeah. Jesus, a guy who lived in the Middle East in this time, was a white guy.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, artists. All right, sorry.
No, but I just had an issue with because you know what? Yeah, there are some bad seeds in there, but there's some bad seeds. You know, look at the fucking idiots with their little tiki torches. You know, and
white supremacists.
The white supremacists who are thinking that we can. Let's get back to the master race. It's like, dude, the master race is black. I'm sorry to break the fucking
hate
news
to tell you,
you.
we all came from Africa. Sorry.
Yeah.
They are. August is standing on his stairs.
August, that's some white trash thinking right there.
We're going to have you show your work.
Yeah, I need to see your work. Show me why they are all bad. Mm-hmm. Literally. And it needs to be an educated one, not some locker room fucking...
Now, I will say this. I think their religion is all bad. Just as much as I think Christianity is all bad, the thought process of it is bad. They don't all do bad things.
I think theology as a whole is bad. I mean, look at the Catholic Church the last couple of weeks, huh? The whole fucking 300 priests.
Oh, that's just going to keep happening.
When
you get somebody in and
that?
suppress their sexuality,
No,
what do you
did you
think
hear
is going to
about
happen? No, this is recent? No.
Yeah, over a few decades. like 300 priests abused all these fucking kids, over 1,000 kids, I think. Yeah. And it's like, the Pope even finally came out and said, okay, these guys are kind of dicks. This is some abhorrent behavior. Blah, 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 blah. You know, it's just...
let's make sure we get a tax-exempt trial for them, right?
I think the tax exemption rule should go away from any church that shows any kind of profit.
I completely agree.
You want to be nonprofit? Be fucking nonprofit. Mm-hmm. If Lord tells you to build a theme park...
You know, but they do a lot of good things.
They do a lot of good things.
As I'm sure the Muslim community does as well. They probably have fundraisers and stuff to help people out. I know the Christians definitely do that. I know there's a lot of people who are not associated with religions at all that do that. It's just, I mean,
and the thing is,
there's good in every sector.
What do we got?
We are free to have our own choice and freedom.
So are they.
Yeah.
That's exactly a bad argument. Yeah. Go do some more work.
Oh, no, actually, I don't want to take away your right to say that stuff. I just completely disagree with it.
Yeah, I disagree that you're wrong.
But I think you should be able to say it.
Yeah, you can say it all day, but what I'm saying is you're wrong. You're right. We do have the right to be free and have the freedom of choice. So do they. Mm-hmm. So that your argument is invalid. But you can say it all day. Happy clams. Oh, that was my words.
People flock to big and glorious events. Yes, they do, like sport events and
college
events,
high school
concerts, and
parades.
Fucking
I
mass.
love a parade.
You want to ruin your day? Go to a mass in the morning. That's probably the worst. Fucking,
though, if I had a gun to my head though, and I had to go back to church, it had to be the Pentecost.
Yeah, at least they have some fucking conviction.
Yeah, shit, man, dancing in the spirit, speaking in tongues.
Yeah,
fuck yeah, that's great shit. What else do I got? Oh man, it's a bummer about the Molly. God, I forgot her last name. They found her body.
Yeah,
this week.
she was jogging and somebody got her.
Yeah.
So what was the deal behind this? Was this guy was it like a rape and kill? I mean, what was this guy's fucking
we don't know.
motive?
We don't have those.
They caught the guy.
They did catch him, and they finally caught him because of surveillance pictures. Actually,
no shit.
Yeah, they found. God, what was it? It was residence, or I think it was some guy's. He had a camera where you could see where she was jogging, and you see this car kept going by, back and forth, and then finally it started tailing her. So they were able to figure out kind of who it was, and so I guess they caught him, stopped him, and said, "Hey man, do you know anything about this?" And he said, "Oh yeah, I killed her." Well, he said, "I stopped to talk to her, and then she pulled out her phone and said she was going to call the cops, and I got mad, and then I blacked out." And then when I came to, I was at this intersection, and I remembered I saw an earbud in my lap, and then I remembered I put her in the trunk. It's like, okay, dude, you're busted.
Yeah,
okay,
you're done.
Just fess. That's all we have left. What do we got?
We've got Johnny Love elephant balls on his eyelids, and then talk about Mustard Man. I don't know what the fuck Mustard Man is. Whatever you have, whatever you're on right now, Daniel, please pass it.
I know what he's talking about with the Mustard Man, but I just want him to get away from his xenophobic diatribes. It's tiny-minded fucking thinking like that is just causing more and more fucking problems. Look at the gentleman we have in the White House right now.
Hold on. Worse than that, look at the people following the gentleman in the White House. So I don't know if you saw on Twitter this fake fucking thing. I don't know. It was one of an Onion wannabe on Twitter produced this thing of a World War II soldier or a Vietnam soldier that looked like Donald Trump and said, Donald Trump served in Vietnam and made up all these fucking fake-ass battles he was in and all this bullshit and his decorations, and then put it out there for the world. And a bunch of people gobbled it up and put it on their Facebook timelines and on Twitter saying, like, what do you have to say about him now?
They didn't hear about his shin splints?
No, it's insane. Oh, he was a Dodger. Yeah.
Yeah, he dodged. He was a multiple Dodger.
For once, I'm completely sober. Dude, what the fuck are you doing? You fucked up.
Yep. You fucked up.
Yeah.
That's great. That's it. He says, this is just me, aren't I great? No, you're not. I mean, if you're talking about a segment of people and you actually want to, I don't know what you want to happen to them, but just to say that this entire segment of people are bad, that's just, if we're going to go down that street, then the whites got to die, because I think we've done more.
I agree with that.
I think we've done more throughout history as far as subjugating people, killing people. Look at Alexander. Look at Alexander. Come on, give me some others. Just look at the history of the United States. You know, look at England. Look at some of the shit that the English used to do.
Smallpox blankets, my man. That's what we gave the natives of this country.
Smallpox blankets. Look at some of the syphilis tests back in the 20s and 30s. You know, you look at all the crazy shit we've done. So, I still can't go outside because of Johnny.
I still can't pee outside because of Johnny. That's funny.
That is my fault, probably.
That's funny. Why? What did you?
Well,
this is a story. Oh God, it's another fucking Johnny and Bro story.
Let's back up a little. The Mustard Man.
Oh my God, what color are your panties? That's fucking great. I love that. That's a great line.
What color are your panties?
Because of the rant you're going on.
Okay, Daniel. Think tank. Moment shots. Why don't you tell me how we can fix all this?
Oh God.
Come on. Let's.
How about no? How about we don't ask him how he can fix this?
I want to see what kind of closed-minded sophomore bullshit he's going to come up with.
If it involves nuking an island until it glows, we should probably move on.
Well, we'll see what he comes up with.
We'll see what does it match your bras? Roman candles are evil.
Oh, he's got another story. Yeah, he's got 3 stories there. The Mustard Man. One time, Tim and I were. I was home watching the kids, and Tim was. I don't know how old he was.
Please come to Texas and visit us. Texas is a great fucking place, by the way. I completely
Too
agree.
hot, big bugs, and racist up the ass.
Hold on, no. This before you get into your story. This is seriously one of my favorite fucking stories of all time. In Texas. Okay, so first this happened over in Europe and France. They were drawing fucking pictures of Muhammad, right?
Right.
And those fucking people got killed because you can't draw this Prophet Muhammad, which is a bunch of fucking bullshit. I'll draw Muhammad all day and go fuck yourselves. And I'll march down to the fucking whatever with picture of Muhammad. There's not a fucking thing you could do in this country. Well, they were, threatening more and more people who were trying to draw this. All the fucking news outlets backed off of it. All of them. Even our fucking American ones backed away from it and didn't defend the people drawing Muhammad. Well, you know who did? The fucking state of Texas. A week later, they had a Draw Muhammad contest.
The radio show.
And it was a town that did it, and it was security was the local people because everybody has fucking guns and tigers there.
That's right. Guns and tigers?
No, do you realize that the number 2 population of tigers in the world are in Texas in captivity, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, Texas, they are fucking gangsters in Texas. And there were 2 people who showed up to protest, and they left in a hurry. That's why Texas, guess what? Texas up, motherfucker. That was so awesome.
I'm not taking it away from
Down
Texas.
with that bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway.
Cat murderer, not me.
No, he said, please come to Texas and visit us, cat murderer. The next president should come from Texas like the Bush.
Like the Bush.
So you were going to say something about the Mustard Man.
We were watching, I was watching the kids, and Daniel and David were being little assholes, and they were probably about 6, 7 years old, and no, they're probably about 4 or 5. It was like, and it was nap time. But they wouldn't take their nap, right? So Tim said, "Hey, man, if you don't go take your nap, I'm gonna call the Mustard Man." They're like, "No, you're not. You're not gonna call the Mustard Man. He's not real."
The Mustard Man.
And and Tim and my mom, I don't know where the fuck this came from, but she always told the twins that the Mustard Man's gonna come and take him away in his ambulance. Right? I have no fucking idea where she come up. My mom was a sick fuck, and so I go in the back room, right? And Tim picks up the phone, and he's like, "Hey, is this the Mustard Man?" I'm on the other line in the other bedroom, right? And I'm like, and Daniel's like, "That's not the Mustard Man." And Tim, it is. And so Daniel takes the phone from him, right? Because I'm looking down the hallway and I see him, and so I see Daniel pick up his phone. He goes, "This isn't the Mustard Man." I said, "I'm coming to my ambulance right now." He goes, "No," and all of a sudden, it was fucking Kismet ambulance. You could hear an ambulance. You could hear a siren in the fucking
no shit.
And David and Daniel fucking lost their shit. They like had a schizoid embolism and just ran screaming hysterically into the room and slammed the door.
The Mustard Man.
Yeah, we didn't see him for a couple hours.
What a weird fucking thing.
I don't know where my mom came up with that. That was kind of crazy stuff.
Well,
crazy
I mean, she came up with some pretty creative things.
She was a fucked up individual. But then what was the other one? Mustard Man?
That was Mustard Man.
Pee Outside.
Yeah, Pee Outside.
Oh,
yeah.
We were driving around with my girlfriend, and no, it was me and Steve Ward. Yeah, and the twins were in the back, and we were down on the Quarry Road, which is like, they call it Dead Body Road because bodies were found there and stuff. And
not related to you two.
No.
Okay.
No, we put them somewhere else. That was like Jacomo. But Daniel and they had to pee, and they said no, we don't want to go outside and pee because we're afraid you'll drive off. I'm like, I ain't gonna drive off. Go outside and fucking pee. So they get outside the car and they get their pants down. They start peeing. I drove off.
How long did you leave them there?
Well, we just drove down the road a little bit, like 100 feet, until they're running down the road with their pants around their ankles,
Oh, jeez.
crying hysterically, and then I let them back in the car.
You were good. How old were you compared to them?
21, 22.
Oh, and they were little kids
Yeah.
when you were 21 and 22? I didn't know you were that much older than they were.
Yeah, but it was the 80s.
It's fucking, you can't, I'm sorry, but fuck that, man. You can't use it. It was just the 80s.
Well,
I've heard numerous people do that. and
It was the 80s.
Yeah, well, I would agree. You're not wrong. You're just...
Because then there was a time when they were all doing fireworks on the 4th of July, and then they got to the end of the night. They're like, all right, all the fireworks are done. I'm like, oh, hold on.
Uh-oh.
And I went and opened the trunk of my Duster, and it was loaded to the gills with fireworks. Like, I had fucking grosses upon grosses of Roman candles. In fact, I had so many, we just like take the cellophane around the top. There's like a dozen of them, and then just take a torch, light them, and then I was shooting at my brothers. They're running around the cul-de-sac. I'd never seen Tim run so fast. It's kind of cool.
Since? Really? Oh, wow.
Probably, yeah. I'm sure he's ran faster, but those are some of the stories he's talking about.
Wow. Yeah, it's just a lot of brotherly love.
In Johnny's, what?
Let's see. The next to straight up gangster, sugar in Johnny's car in his VW Bug.
Yep.
And he also says it was the 80s.
It was the 80s.
Yeah.
What else do we got? Front hole. We talked about that. Manafort and Cohen, huh? Oh boy, that's some shit.
Dude, I have been preoccupied.
Yeah,
I have
Manafort
no
was
idea
found
what you're talking
guilty
about.
on 8 counts, and I guess another 10 counts were dropped.
So what does that mean for him?
Prison. Lots of prison.
Really, it does. Okay.
And Trump, his comment was like they had to drop 10 counts. They only found him guilty with 8. Obviously a witch hunt. Exactly what I would say too. And Cohen pled guilty to a bunch of stuff, and he said that he in open court he said that he knowingly gave illegal payments to Stormy Daniels and McDougal girl, for the presidential candidate at the time. You know,
He wouldn't say Donald Trump?
we all know who he does.
Well, no. Why didn't he say Donald Trump?
I don't know, but either way,
Fucking loopholes.
but I don't. It's not a loophole. We know everybody knows what it's talking about. So now now the Senate.
Why is that a big deal? So he fucked a few girls, paid them off so they wouldn't talk about it with his own money.
Well, they don't know if it's his money or campaign funds.
Oh, that's the key.
And plus, I think a lot of it is, it's like, tell the truth. Just tell the fucking truth.
Remember when he said it was completely self-funded by him?
Well, no.
Oh, yeah.
Or
So
when
the campaign funds are his money.
Do you remember
that?
when? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah, because he wasn't taking any PAC money, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was it.
Remember when he was going in, he said he was going to put an end to lobbying? Petra's Farm remembers.
Okay. This is almost like the social justice warrior shows, because my last rant, my last bitch.
This will certainly not be your last. Maybe on this podcast.
Probably not.
Okay. Whoops.
You heard of the game Cyberpunk that's coming out here pretty quick?
Oh, do I ever? Let me tell you, this is made by a company named CD Projekt Red. They are out of Poland. Mm-hmm. They made all the Witcher games. Let me tell you, this is probably the most highly anticipated game coming out.
So there was a tweet
awesome.
from one of the guys.
I heard they got into some trouble. I don't know.
They got in some trouble because the guy said, "Did you just gender identify?" Because somebody had said something about a picture of the guys at one of these cons, one of the shows, and said, "Did you just gender identify this person?" Blah 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 blah. And so, because of that line, all the social justice warriors came out and said that it was gender hating or what do they call it? Transphobic behavior. And
so it was just a joke of a dude that looked a little androgynous and.
No, it wasn't even that. It was just that, it's like they were talking about hey, you guys are doing, and then one of the guys came back. Did you just gender? I'll find the exact line.
What the fuck is wrong with people, man?
No,
Jesus
it's
fucking
stupid.
Christ.
It's fucking stupid, man.
Well, I hope none of those people buy the game. I hope they all just go to their little land of fairy
They're calling
tales.
for a boycott of the game because of this shit.
I hope they go to their little land of fairy tales. Get fucked.
I'm looking. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and then this is another thing. I'm sorry. I hate when somebody does something and then they apologize. You know, it's like when it was just funny, it was just humor.
Yeah.
But then they come out. So they said, they came out and apologized. So basically, responding to a fan early today, the official Cyberpunk 2077 Twitter account referenced an internet meme mocking transgender people. Because somebody said, I want more guys, right? And it just showed the guys checking their Twitter. And then I guess they came out and said, did you just assume their gender? Question mark, exclamation point. And then the account responding to a fan saying that they wanted more from the guys. Oh, I want more, comma, guys. Phrasing. Learn your fucking punctuation, you illiterate fuck. And so that while the tweet was not explicitly transphobic, the meme being referenced is largely used to belittle or demean the concerns of transgender people, much like saying how you've decided to identify as an attack helicopter is a way to mock transgender folks. The phrase is meant to mock the supposedly fragile egos of Tumblrinas and social justice warriors. It's not clear whether or not the employee responsible intended it as offensive. The tweet was later deleted and an apology issued.
Yeah.
Apology issued. And it's
they basically came out and said, if anybody who was offended by the tweet, we're sorry, but we didn't mean it like that. It was just a simple joke.
I identify as a fucking attack helicopter, so fuck you.
I identify as a fucking potato. Baked.
Loaded?
Loaded.
A loaded baked potato?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he likes a good load.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No.
So
people are fucking nuts.
No, that's stupid. It's just like, really, let's put these fucking energies where they belong.
I've done my time and I want out.
I want to go to a new planet with my wife. I want to take her with.
I've done my time and I want out.
Where are you gonna go?
I don't care. Anywhere but here.
Anywhere where there's.
Why do you spend time indoors, Aaron, by yourself? I wonder why.
I know you're just like stupid people.
Yeah.
No, but I just don't get it. I don't understand why you're happy putting negative energy towards something just because you feel like shit about yourself. And I'm talking about the 80% of people who do feel like that. And you know who I'm fucking talking about. Because if you're looking at this right now going, then it's probably you.
Imagine if we were more famous podcasters, right? Let's just say we had the audience of a Joe Rogan and we talked like this. Mm-hmm. Imagine the negative fucking press. We would both be called homophobes, transphobes, all that shit.
I'm not a transphobe. Yeah. I think anybody should be able to do whatever the fuck they want. But I don't think that these social fucking justice warriors should be able to dictate or define me.
Yep, absolutely.
Dictate who I am or define who I should be.
You cannot stifle free speech. If you want to go around saying you should be calling him, her, their, whatever, or other, whatever the fuck you want me to call people, I can say, fuck you. You got a dick, whether you want to call it a girl dick or not, you're a man. Whether you have a vagina or a front hole, you're a woman. Guess what?
Don't tell me you want to be able to live your life and say whatever you want to say and then scream like a little bitch when I say something you don't like hearing.
Just like, Daniel, we don't necessarily agree with what you said, but I'll tell you what. Anybody who says you can't say that anymore, I will stand side by side with you and be like, fuck that person.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Wholeheartedly.
No. Yeah. We got Danny. I am a tiger balm, part of the 2% population of tigers behind bars. I am part of the 2% population of tigers behind bars. Ooh, that was late. That was very late. We talked about all the tigers in captivity, and Daniel came back with a good one. And we also missed that Paula checked in, and we have to say hello, Paula.
Hey, Paula. You seem like a nice person. What are you doing with my brother?
John.
Oh,
you need to be nice to Daniel.
I retracted that comment.
That's not how any of this works.
If he can retract it,
you would have to reverse time.
It didn't happen. Or somewhere else.
Oh, that's not how it works.
Yes.
That's not how any of this works.
Somebody asked me the other day, said, man, wouldn't it be cool we were talking about movies, like time travel movies, and we got talking about history, and then we got talking about my book, and like Blood Moonlight with, how
nice
there's a lot of
product
historical
placement.
Oh, I don't have it here.
It's behind you.
It's behind me.
Hold on, let him go and get his book. Oh, he's got books. So now we've got, so you've heard of this. This is brand new. This is out in stores now. You can find it everywhere.
It is everywhere.
Check this out. This gave him the opportunity to take another book, Mr.Mann, also written by the same fucking guy. And he has it in hardcover, coming out soon.
It is out. No, it's out now.
Oh, I thought you were going to do some reshaping or something.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's out now. I still want to fix the cover.
Gotcha.
But it is out.
You can get both of these books for the low, low price of...
not $19.95. That's for goddamn sure. $29.95.
For both? Or one?
Well, each.
Jesus fucking Christ.
No, they're hardcovers. Hardcovers are...
Jesus fucking Christ,
I don't
Martin.
set the price. I don't set the price. How's my little Boy Scout?
This is Paula. He challenges my every day. He keeps me on my toes every day. I would imagine so.
I bet you,
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
But a challenge is good.
I can only imagine.
A challenge is good.
You know, those giant zip ties that they use for riot cuffs probably help a little, because you can do a good hog tie-in with that.
Damn. Wow.
I read that in a book.
She says, I met your brother David and Abby and the kids. Interesting family. Lots of love, though.
Yeah, definitely. The Nucleas are definitely... there's a really curious gene pool going on there.
You have a brother named David?
Yeah, David and Daniel are twins. And then there's Brant. And then there's Tim. And they're all from Carl, my stepfather.
Oh, and who's your favorite of the brothers?
Jacques, from my dad's side.
No, it's not. No, I know for a fact that is not your favorite brother.
Yeah, he's not my favorite.
So who's your favorite brother?
I don't play favorites. Let alone admit them.
Who's your favorite kid?
Who's my favorite kid?
That you've had.
See, I don't do... Probably the one I don't know.
Wow. I love how you offend them all equally.
Yeah.
That's good. That's the perfect answer.
Yeah, you just offend them all.
Yeah.
You just hit it all.
I want to meet Tim eventually, says Paula. You sure about that?
You know what? Tim, I think, is making some tracks.
Tim, where's he located these days?
He's in Utah.
Nice.
I think he's making some track. He's driving for Uber now, and he's... I haven't checked his LinkedIn to see if he actually spells anything right yet. But at last go, it was looking like a rejected Facebook page. But he's trying. God damn it. His little legs are just going. His heart's in the right place. It's just like... So, yeah.
Hold on a second. Let's get to this.
What?
I want to meet Tim eventually, and I think she just said time for a family reunion. We just went in I am okay. What? Vacation with my family last week. Okay, gotcha. That was a real broken sentence.
So, Paula, you went on vacation with your family last week, and drove Daniel crazy. Oh yeah, are they normal? Because normal people will drive him fucking nuts. I know they bug me.
Yeah.
But I deal. Okay, you're kind of normal.
Yeah.
And
for the most part.
So I can only imagine what I had to be a fucking storm to you.
You still are a fucking storm to me. It never ceases to end. It's like this weird fucked up trip that you're just kind of like, do you need to take more? No. It just kind of keeps happening.
So what are you working on now? Well, I've got this invention.
That happened.
That happens all the time.
That's actually happening now.
It is happening right now.
Yeah.
Working on the groove. Hey, yeah. Oh, by the way, Pietrish Industries is now a real thing.
You just dropped the name, too, by the way.
I know. Pietrish?
No. Groove. I don't think you've said that on here, have you?
I haven't. The Groove is a journal that we're working on. I'm working on. We're working on. Brenda and I are working on it. Not us. I mean, Aaron kind of works with me on stuff here and there.
No.
But
I'm preoccupied.
As far as the Groove, it's a really cool journal that I'm working on, and I will. Paula's daughter's boyfriend almost got his ass kicked. And how old is he, Daniel? Tell me that.
Daniel, don't be beating up children.
Yeah, unless they got it coming. Sometimes those little fuckers do. Not that I advocate that, but
So Pietrus is now a company.
Pietrus is now, Pietrus Industries LLC was birthed last night after a year in labor. So yeah, it's a thing. So look for the website soon. Pietrus.com is actually out there.
We don't even know really what this is, but yeah. Tell them
yeah.
Like, is all of our shit going to go under this? We haven't had this discussion yet.
Well,
I don't know. It should. I think Pietrus is just because we always talk about the blanket company.
Digital Barnyard is going to be because Pietrus is the umbrella company, not
That's right.
Umbrella Corp. Big difference.
What would our virus be called? The DB virus?
Yeah, digression virus.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, he's got a bad case of the digressions.
When you get it, you just can never stay on task.
No,
right?
not at all. Yeah. I got a shit. Oh, man, you got shit all over the bathroom. I know halfway through I had to go fucking look up my email. Just take your phone with you. Oh.
Okay, so this boy was 23, by the way. Oh. Daniel stuck up for my honor, but went a little too crazy. Well, I mean, John just said this. He was born in crazy.
Yeah, they got there's no lifeguard at that gene pool. Yeah, they a little bit too much chlorine, and all the filters are clogged. But no, Daniel doesn't have the anger issues that Tim did, because it's funny because Brant and David are not really violent at all. They're really chilly, cool people. Tim's probably the most angst-ridden. And then Daniel's just got a little heart of gold, but he's an angry heart of gold from time to time.
He's got a bad temper. He's got damage control to do within the family. Yeah. Oh, Daniel.
Oh, he's got damage control to do with Paula and the family.
Well, with me and... Ooh, damn. We found a rocky point that you guys can work on to form what we like to call love scabs.
Love scabs. And then love scars. Scars are cool. I like scars.
Scabs are fun, too, because you can pick at them.
Ooh, like burying the axe in a shallow grave.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Because you can dig it up and do the pookie dance once in a while.
The poopy dance.
Pookie dance. Right. No, yeah, he does have a bad temper, and that's something he's got to get under control. But you know what? It's funny because I think David and Brant, they got a lot of my mom's, I think they got a little bit of my mom's chill. They didn't get... whereas I think Tim got more of my mom's angst and their father's...
like physical violence?
Yes. And then Daniel got some of my mom's little gushy heart stuff, and then Carl's violence.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of how that got dispersed. And then me, I got my dad's philandering, but I got past that at a young age.
Yeah, real young age, uh-huh.
Yeah, no, I did.
Yeah, you got past the philandering at a young age.
20 years ago.
20 years, yeah, but...
That qualifies.
20. You were in your 30s.
Oh, that's young. If you're 70.
But you're not 70.
Somebody else is. I know, right? And then I do got some of my mom's little fucking quirky shit in my head. But what do you do?
Good thing he is cute. Wish I could have met your mom.
No.
From what I've been hearing, I don't know if you want to meet the mom.
One thing I always hated about my mom, this is the thing that bugged me most. All of the crazy shit, all of the violence, all of the shit aside, I hated the fact that she had the ability to put on this face whenever anybody came over. I'd bring girlfriends home. Your mom is so nice. It's good to know.
Wow.
I'm gonna hold on. Mom is nice. N-I-C-E. Thanks. Got it. Note to self. No, she just had this innate ability to
Jesus, put the mask on.
Oh man, it was. I mean, she was a master of the facade. It was really crazy. But the second that fucking door closed, shit was on, man. Yeah, some crazy stuff. I just don't. You know what though? But Paula, if you did meet my mom, you would have had a good time with her. She was nice. She as far as the facade, she was really good with it, and so she was. She had her. Yeah, we'll go with that.
It's too bad.
See, now I'm going to have performance issues.
Oh, man. I got to get
God.
the fuck out of here. You're going to fuck your wife tonight?
Damn
Son
it.
of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Did you take a pill?
8 of them.
John, you can't have a boner for more than 24 hours. Unless you take 10. Whoa!
More for 4 hours. Did I tell you about that one? I read a story about some guy who had a priapism. It's when after 4 hours your dick stays hard. But this thing,
I think you mentioned it on the podcast, didn't you? Or was it? Maybe it was just to me. I don't know. Tell the story. These are always funny.
It's just a picture. It was over in Africa somewhere, and he had taken this supplement that was guaranteed to get him hard. Well, it did just that and kept him hard. And I remember just seeing the picture because it was a screenshot because the doctor's talking into the camera, and they have the little lower third and and you see the guy in the background, and I don't know if they stage a shot this way, but there's like a window, so it's like a dark room kind of. The doctor's lit, and you got this window, and it's got like a shade, but it's like white light shining through the shade, and you just see this big shaft just kind of arcing into the shot, and I'm like, I don't think anybody saw that. I don't think said they looked at that and checked it out good. That's a dick.
That's a big old dick too.
That's a non-gender specific protuberance.
Sure, certainly not a girl dick.
It could be.
Are you kidding me? That big?
Oh, I've seen videos.
Clits don't get that big, pal. Let's be honest here.
When you have some gender issues to where you have like some hermaphrodite type stuff, you can get some bizarre
oh no shit
things. Yes, you can have.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I've seen the ones where you have a little of both, a lot of both, actually, kind of. I mean, you could literally tell that person to go fuck themselves, and they can. To where it's like, no, just I'd rather see the shade with the dick. Just
agreed. So how did this pop like a bunch of fluid comes out, or
I don't know how they fixed that guy. I did watch a video on LiveLeak though, where they had this was a surgical video where because I like surgical videos. I've watched where they did knee replacement, hip replacement.
The Operation used to be a great show on TV.
Fuck
I used to love it. That was probably 90s.
Yeah. Open heart surgery and shit.
Yeah.
But this one was where they had a guy come in with a priapism. He had been hard for like 6 hours. So what they did, so they got this thing and they inject it with this stuff that breaks down the coagulated blood, because I think that's what happens.
Gotcha.
It all, and so they shoot this poor guy's dick. He's out at this point. They've count backwards, and they just shoot this fucking needles all through this thing, and then they just go.
Oh my gosh! Oh, so they're trying to get it relaxed again, so it's flaccid.
No, they're squeezing everything so it goes back in. So they're trying to squeeze the blood. It's like, Dr. Watson, would you lend me a hand?
That cannot be the most fun surgery they do. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably like, son of a bitch. Really? It's fucking Friday. I've got a date tonight, and I'm going to have to fucking squeeze this guy's dick?
So you're telling me this guy's in here because he fell on a Barbie doll in the shower. This is the third time this week.
Mm-hmm. A Barbie doll.
The Barbie doll.
Yeah.
He fell on the Barbie doll. There used to be an awesome website called foreignrectalobjects.com that people from emergency rooms around the world
Are you kidding me?
They'd post x-rays.
Oh, my God.
From stuff where people came into the x-ray or into the emergency room after shoving shit up their butt they couldn't get out.
Christ.
It's
See, these are good things. I love America. That's a good thing
that's
right
good.
there.
Yeah,
that's
can't you just put
funny.
get something that you can put a lanyard on? See if I can just tie that puppy off to the bedpost. So works. Oh, lost it. Hold on. Just do a little buckaroo and trot away from the bedpost. It'll come out.
Okay, so Jackass, you've seen the Jackass movies. So one of the bits they did was Ryan Dunn, I think it was. He put a car in a condom. They lubed it up, and he put it up his ass, and then he filmed with a secret camera him in the doctor's office going in saying, something's messed up there. I was at a party. I got real drunk. I passed out. I woke up. Something's not feeling right. And the guy took the x-ray of this car and in his ass, and he goes, what is that doing in there? He goes, there's a cart in your ass. He's like, listen, don't go home. We'll get rid of this. Don't tell anybody. Because the doctor had no idea it was a joke. And it was a really funny interaction between him and the doctor.
So did they take it out, or did they just give him something to poop it out?
No, I think he got it out, and then
which is funny, because a lot of times these guys will go to the doctor, and some of the X-rays I've seen, I'm like, dude, if you just fucking relax, just grab your iPad, sit on the toilet for a while,
That'll come right out.
It's going to come out. Now, if it's a Barbie doll, you might have an issue because, the little hands.
What's it doing up there,
Well, he slipped in the shower again. now,
hold on a second. Why has he got a fucking Barbie doll in the shower?
3 of them.
Are we going to get to that
Why
one?
did he get 3 of them?
Yeah, he's like, well, I dodged the other 2.
And how can you imagine the dignity that Barbie no longer has? She's got this covered hair, streaks standing up, and and like 2 days later, it's in the shower, leaning against the wall, dried. The hair is just sticking straight up.
That Barbie's seen some shit.
No longer, no longer blonde.
Yeah,
it's
no longer safe. Yeah.
no longer safe. I don't, but no, if you're Pickle Boy,
Boy?
that's not going to come out just sitting on the toilet.
You mean Glass Ass?
Glass ass.
Oh man, that fucking guy.
You know what? I got to give the guy credit though.
Took it like a champ.
He came back afterwards and did an AMA.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And he talked about, it wasn't really that bad. I mean, I had to go to the hospital, get some stitches, but, it looked worse than it was. And it's like, remember, my blood is like...
That was pouring out there, and it was like bright. It was weird. It was
Anus is bleeding.
It was fucking bright red gushing out of his ass.
I thought it was arterial blood. No, that's the dark stuff.
Yeah, well, maybe it was a little dark, but it was crazy. It was
could have
just
been venal.
It's almost like that blood coming out of him looked different than the blood that comes out of your arm for some reason, to me. It could have been the shading.
Does it
in the
make a
video,
difference if it's venal or arterial? Because one is oxygenated and one isn't.
I have no idea.
Is the oxygenated blood darker?
You're asking the
See, I'm not.
guy.
This is why I'm not a doctor.
Well,
I don't know
it's one of the many reasons
The difference
you're not a
between
doctor.
the venal or the arterial. It's bad. Push here.
Are you assuming all doctors are from India?
No, but some are.
You just made a massive assumption, okay? I'm fucking offended. I'm going to go on Twitter and we're going to take your books down. We're going to boycott your books.
Okay. Venal.
My name is not Venal. It's Ven.
Venal. Just like Enos. Who would name their fucking kid Enos? Anything that rhymes with penis, you do not name your kid. That's like Ina. That is literally a name.
Mm-hmm.
Ina. No.
Well, I mean, you always got like Patrick Fennis, so it looks like Pat Venus,
Yes.
which is always a great name.
Or Don Hardy, one of my personal faves.
Yeah. All right. I think we got to wrap this thing up.
Where are we at for time?
We have been on for an hour and 9 minutes.
This has been good.
8:35 p.m. It has. It feels good to be back, people. I'm sorry I was gone for so long. I was taking care of a bunch of shit.
He's been busy.
Shit, life has been challenging, but good. Even though it's not good, I'm going to it's not pretending. It is like what fighters and people use for confidence. They're just like, I am the greatest fighter. They know they're not the greatest fighter, but it's real to them, and it changes everything. So I'm just like, it could always be worse.
So
I could have glass in my ass.
You're the greatest fighter with glass in his ass?
I'm not the greatest fighter, no.
But you could be the greatest fighter
If
with
I
glass in your
had
ass.
glass in my ass, I would sit there and be like, this is good. This is okay. This is fine.
Aaron Glass Ass Isaacson.
It rolls right off the tongue. And
It does.
I will not be here next week. I will be in Iceland.
And
I may
Not
never
Sweden.
come back because fuck it.
He's going to get stopped at the border, thrown into an Icelandic prison. It's made of ice.
It's not.
Yeah, it is. It's
not.
thick ice.
It's going to be like 40s, 50s there.
Oh.
It's going to be nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know anything else.
That's an obvious lie, but you'll remember it next week. You have to apparently have sex with your wife tonight, and I need to get the fuck out of here before I go crazy. And then,
I hope Brenda's listening to this. Because I didn't know I was going to have sex with my wife tonight. But
I think you made it sound like you were going to have sex with your wife tonight because you took a pill, and I got to get out of here soon.
I didn't say I
Otherwise,
took a
you're
pill.
gonna-
You said I took a pill.
Oh, maybe I'm.
What's going on in your head?
Well, let's see. I average about this week thus far about 4 hours of sleep a night. So
Oh, come on.
Yeah, my eyes look like they're fucked up. And guess what? Stone cold sober. I've been stone cold sober for many, many fucking days.
I do that every day.
You get stone cold sober,
4 hours of sleep.
dude. I cannot function on 4 hours of sleep.
You know, it grows on you. You gotta. It's a what do they call it? You have to. There's a word. You learn. It's a learned behavior.
My magic number is 6 to 6.5. If I'm in there, I'm in the fucking pocket. I'm good to go. And,
So Daniel just dropped off.
No, he's on here. Have fun, be safe. I'm guessing it was Paula. Paula,
Hey,
thank you.
We will.
Yeah.
Hey, and Daniel, I still love you, man. Just trying to broaden those horizons. Trying not to be so angry and racist. Okay? You white fuck.
I like Daniel just the way he is.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I think he's misguided. He thinks we're misguided. I think that's beautiful. It's called freedom, people. God damn, I love freedom.
I wish I knew a woman named Guided,
Why?
so I can call her Misguided.
That was a good one.
That's a good one. It's quick. It's stupid. It's framed like a Daisy May. I don't know what that looks like. It just
I don't know
sounded
that.
good.
It's so fucking confusing. So, just for that, you have to come up with our sponsor. And it's on you.
Oh, it's Handy Dandy Do-Rags.
Okay.
Yeah, Handy Dandy Do-Rags. They make, they're the makers of handy wipes.
What's different between this do-rag and other do-rags, John?
Well, they're not Handy Dandy Do-Rags. They're just do-rags.
What, can this do more because it's handy dandy, or is it just a do-rag?
Well, it's handy for the dandy in your life.
So this is a do-rag you buy for a loved one or somebody who's dandy to you.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what
Or dandy. Sorry, dandy.
You know dandies use, a dandy gentleman was before, right?
I don't know what a dandy meant. I thought dandy always meant like somebody who's good or a good thing.
Well, they used to call a homosexual a dandy.
Oh.
So the handy dandy do-rags do have multiple purposes. But for the most part, they just soak up sweat.
From all the fucking?
Just on your head when you get hot.
In the back hole?
No, you could use it for the front hole or the back hole. But usually you just put it on your head.
See, this is getting crazy now. So are we going to change what being homosexual is now? Because if we're just going to make up genders now. What is it when two transsexuals want to scissor or bump butts? What's that then? Is that home?
Well, if they're bumping butts, is there things in the back hole? Are they sharing a back hole thing?
Well, see, we can't call it a butt anymore. It's probably like slabs and back hole.
I think we're
right?
going to do. If we're going to do, bumping the slabs, slab bumping,
slab bumping,
slab tabbing.
All right, that's right. Well,
slab
people,
tabbing
before
do-rags.
you can continue. I got to get out of here. Let's
gotta
go. We just had to get into bumping butts and back holes and front holes and all that stuff.
Homophobic.
Well, I will be back.
Not
next
racist.
week. I will be back the week after that.
He will.
John, I don't know about him.
I won't
is
be
a
here.
man of mystery.
No, next week it's a bye week, and so I'm going to because I've got to work on Pietrish, got to work on the Groove, which I'll be announcing here soon as the patents come back.
This is like fucking Ron Popeil over here.
Yeah, well he made a lot of fucking money.
Pocket Fisherman.
The Handy Dandy Milkspout, the fabulous Finch Fa Pearls, the pen that writes on the moon.
That was all him?
That's called graffiti.
Nice.
All right, hey.
People.
I'm just a gigolo.
I think you're cool. He loves you.
Everywhere I go.
Bye-bye.
People know the part I was playing. Pay for every dance, selling each romance. Ooh, what will they say? Well, there will come a day when youth will pass away. What will they say about me? When the end comes, I know I was just a gigolo. Life goes on without me.